Yo, what is good, my stimmy wimmy bimmies? I wanted to come back and do this again. If you don't know, I've done two of these deep lyric breakdowns before. I did Appetite and I did Fury, two of our big songs, and I have some on the backlog. I know I got some to do, but I figured if I'm gonna come back, let's hit our top song right now and let's do Heartbeat and let's talk about this EP. There is some serious lore. Every single song, Heartbeat, Shatter, Corpse, Ghoul. They are a story, start to finish. Even the endings of the songs transition into the next song. We're gonna get into Heartbeat. It's the first song, it's the start of the story. And if you missed any of my Instagram videos about how the lore works, Heartbeat is about a guy who has a toxic relationship with a girl. He doesn't really treat him well, but he kind of keeps coming back. In a way, he feels like his presence is causing her pain as well. So it's this very weird dynamic of yeah, I'll stick around and you're not great to me, but you're also not enjoying it either. But the deeper level of this EP, I actually got the idea from a book I was reading. They're great young adult books. It's the Bartimaeus trilogy, pretty much about a world where magicians get all their powers from summonings, like summoning spirits. It's like a master-servant relationship, but if the summoned spirit learns your name, they have power over you, and then the dynamic kind of changes. It almost reminded me of like a dysfunctional relationship where both people kind of have issues, but they also have a lot of history and people have a lot of time spent together. You don't just want to give that all up. So let's listen to the first part of the song and let's see what we can pick up.
I can hear your heartbeat, I can smell the incense. One more spell, I can't escape. I can feel you watch me, sigil in an imprint. Call from hell, you seal my fate.
It's like the first little half chorus you get at the start of the song. Mortal EP is a story of a girl summoning a spirit into a mortal body. Maybe she wants companionship. Maybe she wants love. Maybe she just wants to see if she can. I'd never do it. I wouldn't recommend trying it. But it's the spirit's POV. The chorus of Heartbeat is literally a summoning. Spirit hears the heartbeat of the human summoning him. He smells the incense of the ritual. One more spell, you speak these spells to these incantations, and then he's kind of locked in. He can't go anywhere. He senses her presence. She's watching. There's a sigil and an imprint. It's talking about like the runes and the magic from the summoning. Call from hell. Hell, other side, spirit realm. All these work. The spirit's not necessarily malevolent, but clearly if you're going to be bound and sealed into a completely different realm, you're not going to be happy. If I suddenly got sucked by a magical straw into Minecraft, I mean, maybe I'd be happy, but it would be a jarring experience, to be fair. Overlays on the idea of feeling trapped in a relationship. You're not necessarily physically trapped in a relationship most of the time, unless you're locked in someone's basement. But you can go anywhere, but emotionally and psychically, you're trapped. So now let's get into the first verse.
I've been waiting for your curse, spellbound body locked down in a hearse. Chain me for all this first, not new. Search what you do to me.
I've been waiting for your curse, spellbound, body locked down in a hearse. So maybe the girl stole the body from a funeral. That's crazy. But regardless of where she got the body, the spirit's now trapped. He's kind of waiting for her to do the injunctions, to start that kind of summoner spirit relationship. He's saying, hey, you better lock me down because you don't do this right, I might be gone. So then we play on the surface meaning of it's not new what you do to me. Typically people in these relationships, it's a cycle, so that they've experienced it before. And I would honestly describe the relationship I'm characterizing in this song as more dysfunctional. There's a little bit of, humor's the wrong word, but there's a little bit of tit for tat. They both have agency and they're kind of just fighting it out, sticking together. So let's keep going.
The other side for what you wanted. Some me to stay inside, but now you're haunted. Nothing like the real thing, but you'll find that out. I can hear your heartbeat, I can smell.
I'm not gonna lie, Jordan killed the end of his verse. That is very cool. But here's kind of the crux of this song. Listen, you summoned the spirit. You got me in here. It's nothing like having a real human. Let me tell you that much. This little spirit guy is I'm not a replacement for human love and affection. You cannot hold my hand and watch 17 episodes of Demon Slayer together while eating copious amounts of ice cream and feel something, because I'm not human. Obviously, you can't send this dude out anywhere. The girl's not having a good time. The house is feeling haunted. Yeah, you're gonna realize you did something wrong. And then, in a dysfunctional relationship, there's times where you get some sort of clarity and peace and you're like, this is not really what love is supposed to look like. It's nothing like the real thing. For whatever reason, the two of you keep living together and you're basically just haunting each other's house at that point. Not going well. So then we get the first part of the chorus again, and then we'll get into the second part of the chorus.
Seal my fate, strip my sense of self, just a little unafraid. You're down in the middle of your heartbeat, I can smell your intent. Better hurry up, don't wait too late, I'm fading.
So this gets a little more emotional, and the girl is stripping the spirit's sense of self. What happens in a poor relationship is you kind of forget who you are. You forget what you like, what you enjoy doing, things that used to bring you pleasure don't anymore. And you lose that sense of self, who I am outside of this person, outside of this life we built. Who am I? And do I even know? And would I like that person anymore? And would that person like this person? And then the crafty little spirit in the song is like kind of in those books that I was talking about, like the spirits are always trying to find errors. If you mess up like a syllable when you're trying to summon people in those books, the spirit comes, boom, you're dead, you're done. Let me hop back to the realm. Peace, see ya. And so this little guy in this song is like, hey, I read your tell, buddy. I know you might be messing something up. You better be careful keeping me around this house. Like you did all this to get me here. It's not what you think. We're not enjoying it, neither of us. And you might also lose it all. So that's on you. All right, let's get into the second verse. This is the one I sing.
I can feel your heartbeat on the side, how appalling, cause your heart's in the wrong place. I twist the features on my face, just for your attention.
All right, so we get the first like 4 lines here are just a really, poetically written, if I do say so myself, way of saying someone's intentions are wrong. And so like we repeat the chorus, like I can feel your heartbeat, but it's on the wrong side. Like, I'm no medical professional, but your heart's supposed to be on the left side, just a little bit, I think. So on the surface level, the guy, and then in the deep lore, the spirit, they're having to like twisting the feature. Like they're smiling when they're not happy, they're frowning when they are happy, they're eating dairy when they're lactose intolerant. Like they're having to do a lot to make this work. Let's keep going.
I got you back at it, how I can light in the cold attic. Always had a flair for the dramatic. Now I'm fading like the pain on the counter, baby. I can smell the incense.
So this part's really cool, and what I've said in my old lyric breakdowns is that I always like to, in the second verse, either resolve some moral conflict or twist the story in some new direction. So this, I can honestly say, is doing both. This reads like she's gone back into the attic. She got the candles out, she's probably drawing the runes. This ain't for no candlelit dinner. Something's going down. The spirit's saying like, you always had a flair for the dramatic, like, cut the crap, what are we doing? And then the spirit's saying like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm fading. Did she dismiss the spirit? Did she give up? He fading because he's remained in this world too long? Or, is the guy fading because he's been in this dysfunctional relationship too long? What's going on? What's going on? And then we just jump right into the chorus, and it's kind of for the listener's interpretation. Does she dismiss the spirit? Do they break up? To me, it's like you go right back into that chorus. I can hear your heartbeat. It's almost like she just like dismissed him and then resummoned him. That's my call. It's also funny how I'm pretending to interpret the meaning of something I wrote, but I should know the meaning, shouldn't I? But like honestly, like I wrote this and I kind of left it open ended because I think it's a cool endpoint to transition into the rest of the EP, which you need to go listen to if you haven't listened to all of it all the way through. But it's a nice close to this song. So was there a resolution? Did she realize the error of her ways and dismiss him? Some sort of punishment or gaslighting or like make you think I'm leaving, but I'm coming right back, baby. I'll be back tonight. I'm summoning you again tonight. We may never know. I know, supposedly, because I wrote it, but even I don't know. So that's up to you. So thank you guys for watching this and, caring about the lyrics. I sure care a lot about them. Spend a lot of time on them. This EP is really cool. Maybe I'll do more from the EP. The VIPs in our Discord have requested some older songs, so I'll have to get on those as well. This is fun. I like doing this. I like sharing my thoughts and stories behind the lyrics. So just let me know in the comments if you want me to keep doing this. You guys have a wonderful day. And it looks like I've worn a hoodie in every single one of these videos. So I guess I'll have to just wear a different hoodie every time. It's like an honorary part of the video. All right. Anyways, peace. Bye.